Hello everyone. So this is Shrishti Jain. So yeah, so in this session we are gonna talk about server-side rendering, and that can be done with Angular Universal on in our Angular application. So we will talk about that thing. And before we start, I would like quickly introduce myself. So I'm like founder of this company called Tech Vraksh, and over here right now what I'm trying to do is I have a team of interns and I'm kind of mentoring them like from the scratch. So they we do have a kind of roadmap, and we are following that thing. And first, it is kind of 3 month internship. So in the first 1.5 months we did all kind of learning from like web development, from like Git, from HTML, from CSS, each and everything from basics. And now we have started a project. So like those interns are like divided into the teams, and now they work in sort of a corporate environment. Like when they are doing meeting, they have to put minutes of meeting, so what they have discussed, what are the other points they will do like going forward. And they are working on requirement gathering, and they are doing really good stuff, and some of them are like doing it really nicely. So I hope like that project will go very well. Other than that, I'm a software consultant. I'm working as freelancer. So yeah, feel free to feel free to ping me if there's any help you needed in any project. Yeah, that's all from my end. Yeah, so this is, yeah, I already talked about this mentorship program. And yeah, so we do have I guess somewhere around 20 people right there. And we are like learning together. And anytime, like we do have a team with us. So if there people get any sort of, like right now I'm not into React that much, so I do have some people who can help us in React also. So if our like interns got something over there and they need some help in React also, so they just like ping over there, and they are just ping away to get help. So yeah, I really looking forward to like this kind of mentorship program in near future also. So yeah, feel free to follow us, like me, like this is Srishti Jain, my handle, and Tech Raksh on Twitter or maybe a LinkedIn, wherever you can. And that would be a good support for us for now. Okay, thank you so much. That was all about me. So, yeah, about the content of this. So, first, we will be talking about why do we need server side rendering in our project, right? And other than that, we will talk about how we can implement that server side rendering in an Angular application. So, there are two things, right? We will be covering in this session. So let's go forward. So like right now, if we'll think about you have already created a single page application on your machine, just to make it a really fast, right? And so that it would be easier, everyone will say, okay, just go and create a server, this SP single page application, and that would be really good, and this is a boom over there. And now the people are saying like, you will ask me, like you are saying make it server side rendering. So why do you need that, right? Because previously you asked me to create application on the, like it will load on browser, now you want me to go back to the server. So that is a really a different thing, right? So yeah, it is a bit different, but here is why we might need this server side rendering in our single page application also. So let's think about, this is our server, and this particular thing is our machine, some maybe XYZ browser, anything. And whenever you will hit for any single page application, it will give you some particular bundles, and those bundles will be downloaded to your machine, like on your browser. And then whenever you hit anything, like, and whenever you want to go to the some particular page, let's say you are on home, now you want to go to the user profile, so it will go and put it go into the bundles and put it, like show the data from here, and thus it will ask for the XHR data for our server. Otherwise any everything will be there on your browser only. So that's why it makes it single page application really fast, right? And over here you can see these are some sort of bundles which you we got when we build our application, right? So over here you can see there is some bundle called main polyfills run, and there is some styling, and then this index html. So basically index html is the page where you go, and like whenever we hit our application, like which is deployed on the server, whenever we hit that, it will download this, like it will hit this html index html page, and then our application will work from there. Like it is the starting point of any application, right? So that's what we will do. So think about, let's say I do have one application over here. uh, so I have created this application. It is a sample application. Just have two or three modules, and let me just run it. So I'll run this. So while it is running, it might take some time. So let's wait for it. So before that, I would like to explain. Have you ever talked about web crawler? How that works? So there's a something called crawler, right? And whenever you hit on anything on Google, right, you'll go over here. You'll say C sharp corner, right? And it will go and get lot of links over here, and there are a lot of other links. It is going and like letting us know like these are the top scorer thing which are coming over like in the result. So have you like ever think about how these things are going? So there's something behind the scene which is getting the data, like it is hitting the website and get seeing over there, okay, this is the data which it will display. And this is how like those things, like when you talk about SEO and all, this is how these things work, right? So you have to go and make your application SEO friendly. So whenever your application is SEO friendly, then you would be able to use it easily. But your web crawler will be able to find it really easily, and it will be there in some of the top pages on the Google search or maybe a Bing search somewhere else. Okay, but if it is not there, then I'm not sure that if that will be appear over there. So let's see if our application is built. Yeah, so it is. So let me open this quickly. Yeah, so it is just a sample application, and it says welcome. And over here we have all the members which are like there in a tech worksh, and helping their bit, like as a mentor, as a intern. So we have a lot of people over there, and they are working together, and as a team also, and they are doing really good stuff in that. So yeah, inside that, let's say I do have this page, so maybe I'll click on this. So over here we have a bit detail about that, and we can go back. So it is just a simple application, Angular application, and we do have a data. So let's see if what we will do is we will just ask for a view page, right? Just we went over here, we said view page source, and if you'll see over here, right, over here there's nothing, there's no data over here, right? And let's say whenever a web scroller will come on our application, maybe it is deployed somewhere else, somewhere on the server, let's say techstructure.com. So whenever it is deployed over here, it will come on this, it will see, okay, there's nothing like that. It will see this html css and all, it won't found anything else. So it will just go and don't display anything. Let's say I will start a blog page over here, and there will be a lot of good blogs which can help people. But if there is no scroller which is helping me out in that, referring my things to like people, so that won't be really helpful for me, right? So what this to overcome this, and there are few more problems, right? So if we one is crawler. Let's say now I what I have is there is few more things. Let's say I have, okay, so I have this my article over here, and I'll go and paste it over here, right? So it will give me some sort of preview, right? So this preview won't be available if I'll just go and maybe just like right now it won't work because it is on local, but these preview won't be available if it they cannot load it as at the server side, right? So those things won't be available at that time. Let's try to go through that. I don't know. Yeah, these preview which we loaded over here, right, on the browser, those aren't available if your things like your website cannot load on the server side because they don't have any browser to load that and check what data is coming, right? So in order to get those things on our application, that's how we go. That's why we want to go with this server side rendering stuff. Okay, so this was the one thing. So I think yeah, I'm done with that. So so there's one thing how we can just go and create our application as a server side rendering application, and then we will get whenever we want. So whenever we get the data, it will be render all the html on the browser, like on the server, and then it will send it to browser. Okay, so how we can implement server side rendering in an angular application, right? So yes, this is just a command you have to put in over there in your single page application and Angular application, and that will be creating your application as a server side rendering application. Yes, I know it is quite easy as I was talking on this topic, and you just have to go over here, and let's say we have this application running. I'll stop this application. I'll go and paste this command. I'll say ng add at the rate angular universal slash express engine. That's all I have to add. And if I'll add that, what it will do is, let's see, there will be few changes which will be coming, and we will discuss about those. So I might have that on over here. So these are the kind of changes where we will be seeing there. These are the file where we will be seeing the changes. So what exactly this command is doing? This command is like creating a sort of server over here on our application, and what it is doing when we build our application, when we say ng build and with a prod flag, right? So what it will do, it will create a dist folder, and inside that we will have all our all our application build. So what else it in like that will be included in that. And also what it will do, when we hit a command, what it will do, it will just go and create a server also. So let's see, let's try to run that. So right now you can see like these are the following changes, and we will try to understand one by one what those changes says. Let's that happen. Okay, it takes some time when you are online, right? It takes some time. Yeah. So I think we can go start with somewhere in a app module. Inside this app module, you can see these changes, right? Let me please let me. Okay, so you can see this change, right? So what it is doing is we are using a browser module previously also, because we need to have this like platform browser which was helping us a lot. So we what we will be doing is we are doing this with transaction, we are adding it, and then we are adding the server app over here. So this change will be there in app module. Along with that, we will be adding this inside our router, so that we need to enable, like we need to do the routing on the server now, like that would be also there. So we will go with that. And inside, like it will create a file which is main.server.ts. So now we are saying like this will be my main application when we will be serving from the server. So this file will be used. And there are a lot of changes in our package JSON. So what it does is it added a block, this one. So this is the SSR sort of let me close. Okay, so these are the like commands it added. Other than that, the major thing I saw. Okay, so this is what it adds. So this is the major thing it adds into our package JSON. And then if we go and see in our Angular JSON file, so let's compare that. So over here, right, it has right now it changed our output path to previously it was there in our SSR whatever. Now it will be there in SSR browser, right? So whatever we have to show it on a browser directly, those things it is putting it inside the browser. Other than that, it edits a tsconfig server JSON. So server JSON is there because our file will be there as like TS file, and we want to do like read those things, right? So this tsconfig server JSON will have few things. So I think major thing which we they added is like these files. They will be connecting to this one, and the entry point is this. So SRC app, and then will be this module and the app server module, and this is the one module they already added in our changes, right? And if I was on Angular JSON file, right? So let me explain that again. So over here, if you go, they added these things, and these all things are for server. So whatever things are there, they are doing these changes for server. So they will build the application for server, and all those commands they added over here. So you just have to hit this command, and this will take care of this. Now you can see this server TS file. So what it has done is it has created a file. So basically it is a new file. Let me open it from here. Okay.
All right, so it looks like the speaker, we had our first speaker problem, right? So I think she has a little power issue. So by the time she comes back, I think, all right, she's there. No
Hey,
such thing, you gave me a
hey,
heart attack.
hey, I'm
Okay,
sorry that was like that internet failure. I think my video might not be better because the power
it's
cutoff
all
is
good.
there.
It's good. It's good.
Okay,
Yep, it's good.
okay.
All right,
So
you can
so
continue.
so yeah. So let's continue with that. Okay, where's this? Okay, so here's my server TS file, right? So the basically what they did is they created a express server over here. Like it is just a file they added, and over here we have our express server which we have connected with our dest, and then when where we deployed like our browser, like whatever we build, it is connected with this. And then what it will do, it will hit this page. And now let's try to run this application and local, and then you will understand like what's exactly is happening. So let me just run it from here. That is, I like really feel it is easier So I want to serve it like with SSR. So if I'll do that, it has some problem. Okay, so let me close it. It's this again. Let's try to run. So if I'll run ng serve and okay, so and check that serve. So because it is a development server, I think that's making some difference. So yeah, it happens. Yeah, it is taking some time. So after it will be loaded, we will see the changes. So we'll go and wait for our application to over here. We will say Explorer I want, and there will be a dash folder, right? So we will wait for a dash folder to come in. So like this, like till when it is loading, I can really talk. So this the cyclone which is coming on, right? So every evening over here in Indore, like it is not really affected, like as they are doing in Bengal and all, but it is really bad. And like yesterday and today also, the things are like there's it is really windy and all, yeah, and rainy. I hope like people are safe over there. Okay, so yeah, it is building our application. So I'm waiting for this folder. Should be this folder will be appear over here in some time. I won't take much time. I know it's already like I am over the time limit, but it will take hardly 5 minutes. Okay, so so over here you can see this is our desk folder, and inside desk folder there we have a browser and there we have a server, right? Let's try to run this application. Over here we'll go and say yeah, I want to run it. So yeah, now this application is served from server, right? And you don't really see any difference in it, like about rendering and all, because it is not really a huge application. But yeah, if you are rendering your application on from server, then it will be a performance difference will be there if you are doing on a browser and if you are doing on a server. So yeah, that things you have to keep in mind, like which application you have to make it as a like server side rendering, and maybe you can mix that also. So it is a really different thing. So let if we'll go over here and say view, like view source over here, now you can see these changes, right? And all the things which are over there which are posted, right, we can see those changes over here. Those things are already here. So if we go, let's go to, let's say I want to find, my name was there, so I'll go and find all the data which is over there. We can see over here in the, when we do inspect element, all the data which is over here is coming from the server. So over here you can see, right? So that's how the web scroller will know, okay, these things are going to be present when they this will like load. And yeah, this is how this will work. And yeah, so I think I'm done with my the thing I want to present. And so so I would say, yeah, try server side rendering in your application, but yeah, think about that, like where it is actually needed, where it is not. And if your site is sort of your profile only and you want to make it in a single page application, like so you are posting a lot of blogs over there and you want to make it as an Angular application, then that would be better if you'll go for a server side rendering, because yeah, it is like it will be accessible to the web scroller and all. So yeah, that's all from my end. And thank you so much. And stay home, stay safe, and like keep following us, like me and a tech works, and keep supporting us in that also. I would need a lot of support from the community.